Hello everyone. Today, I want to share a story of a great reversal, one that is both clinical yet incredibly heart-pounding. Do you believe dating is fair? Let's be honest. The dating market has never been fair for a single second. Natural looks, family wealth, social status, and academic background, we call this value. In gaming terms, some start with 5,000 gold and their core items already equipped, while others stand helplessly with no money for even a single potion. When people feel this overwhelming gap in value, they despair. That person is challenger tier, and I'm just bronze. How could I dare try? I'll just be rejected. This defeatism leads to two tragedies: either giving up entirely and remaining perpetually single, or blindly charging in, which can turn into distorted obsessions like stalking. But everyone, what has been the most thrilling moment in League of Legends history? Wasn't it the comeback victory, where a team overcomes a 10,000 gold deficit to destroy the enemy Nexus? T1 has long been the icon of such reversals. However, 2 days ago, we witnessed even that T1 collapse. In the match against BFX, where everyone predicted an overwhelming victory for T1, a massive upset occurred. T1, the pioneer of Circus plays and the symbol of high value, fell to BFX's solid macro and sharp team fighting. In dating terms, a perfect challenger man lost his Nexus to an underdog whose objective specs seemed a bit lower. I want to give you hope here. BFX proved that you can win even when there is a value gap. Today, I will break down the critical moments of this match and deeply explore the mindsets for improving unfavorable points to lead your dating life to a comeback victory. First, let's review the match. The most painful cause of T1's defeat was a mistake in the middle of Game 1. While T1 was leading the game comfortably, their ADC, Peyz, was caught out in the front line, which led to them giving up Baron. His kill-catching ability is top tier, but that one moment of carelessness and overextension blew the game wide open. Let's apply this to dating. That ideal type you like, the so-called high-value person, is already surrounded by successful competitors. The mistake many people make here is thinking, I have to show them something too, and forcing a fight. They launch a confession attack before they are ready or suddenly book an expensive omakase dinner, attempting an unreasonable damage trade. The result is obvious: you get solo killed. In the other person's mind, you are marked as a burden and completely deleted. The first mindset we must learn from T1's defeat is letting go of the pressure of conversation. Many men worry excessively about what to say when they stand in front of a woman. But the moment you start worrying, your charm drops. You should avoid interview-style questioning or announcer-style talk about news and facts. Don't rush in to get a kill like Peyz. Instead, maintain a stable sense of distance like Gumayusi, who excels at spacing. Don't overthink, just expressing what you feel in the moment is enough. You need to exchange feelings. Have faith that you can create a favorable relationship even without brilliant conversation. You must also drop the burden of needing to make her laugh. What's more important than humor is immersion, making time fly, and that is only possible when the conversation flows first. Appeal as a normal person before trying to be a charming person. Just following the basics, listening, speaking, and expressing, will make the other person perceive you as a safe person. The second thing to discard is impatience. One of the reasons T1 lost this match was impatience. There was a visible pressure of "we are T1, we have to show something." Dating novices try too hard to look good and end up devaluing themselves. Giving expensive gifts or forcing masculinity by acting tough, the other person sees right through it. The moment you become a salesman shouting "please buy me," your value crashes. Don't try to score points, instead, focus on the sincere wish for her to have a pleasant day. When you try too hard to look good, you lose your charm. If you can't let go, think about why you are trying so hard to impress this woman. Let go of the greed to date her or do something with her, and just approach her with a heart that wants to get to know her. Once you've gotten to know her and feel certain she is a great person, it won't be too late to have the desire to date her of temporarily stepping out of the man-woman relationship frame. BFX was able to catch T1 because they didn't fight unreasonably from the start and steadily built up social gains. If you approach someone with the eyes of "I'm going to make her mine" from the very first meeting, high-value beauties will only become more guarded. If you hit on them as a man, their defensiveness doubles. See her as a beauty, yes, but treat her strictly as one person to another. Get into the habit of approaching with the mindset of making a female friend in a social context. If you think about it from her perspective, it's burdensome when a man rushes in from the first meeting, no matter how charming he is. It is female psychology to want to know if someone is sincere and diligent before developing a relationship. A relationship where you can exchange contact must be formed first for you to have the chance to show your charm. What's important here is the reason, pretext. Just as BFX exploited T1's gaps to seize victory, you need a natural pretext that feels obvious when approaching someone. Like BFX in Game 3, a natural approach that catches them off guard is crucial. You can start with a public relationship by studying together or helping with work to build private favor, or use the positive emotions a person feels when they help you by asking for advice and expressing gratitude. Approach with a sense of emotional connection and the feeling that you click well. When your sincerity, that you are interested and purely want to get to know them, is conveyed, the other person will open up. Make them feel clearly why it's her and not someone else, but never show the lightness of treating her as an easy woman. Also, even if you don't approach as a suitor, your masculine charm should be subtly appealed. Rather than trying to seduce her directly, take care of the people and the environment around her first. Stepping up alone to resolve a collective inconvenience when others are struggling is a powerful way to draw interest. Social caring is always right. Don't struggle to see her reaction, just silently keep your place and show consideration. Through that, she will discover your deep value. You must also discard the fear of rejection. Just because someone rejects you doesn't mean you lack charm. There is no one in this world who is liked by everyone. Rejection is simply the other person's preference. Accept rejection as a natural possibility and hit the queue for real-life practice without fear. You shouldn't demand the behaviors of someone in love before they actually fall in love. Don't judge the person based on a fragmented current image. Just as men have different tastes, women do too. Your approach should change depending on the woman's personality. Looking for finishing moves or fixed routines is nothing more than an empty shell lacking sincerity. When the situation doesn't match what you memorized or you run out of routines, your lack of depth will be exposed instantly. Discard your impatience. Just as BFX seized victory with a sophisticated draft in Game 3, you must discard impatience and calmly design your own charm. Let's move to the closing stages of the game. The reason Peyz's mistake was so painful was the lack of stability. On the other hand, the reason Gumayusi is highly valued is his stable positioning. He never crosses the line regardless of the situation. Dating is the same. If you become impatient right before or after you start dating and try to restrict the other person or suddenly change your attitude, the game will flip again. Just as T1 takes Baron and slowly gathers minion waves, you should build mileage of trust through steady contact and a consistent image. Making them feel certain that "I could spend my future with this person," that is the final minion wave heading toward the Nexus. Through the match 2 days ago, we reconfirmed a great truth. You don't lose just because you're behind in the early game. There is no reason to give up just because there is a value gap. If you have a strategy that utilizes your own strengths, like BFX's clever draft, even a giant like T1 can fall to a prepared underdog. You are currently in the build-up phase for a comeback victory. A circus-like love that transcends the value gap between you and the other person is by no means impossible. Start by improving your unfavorable points. Interact with sincerity, not routines. I will be your coach and stay with you until the end of that thrilling reversal. If this macro strategy touched your heart today, discard your fears and go start your own real-life queue. I will be cheering for you until the day your nexus of marriage brightly explodes beyond just dating your ideal type. Thank you for watching.